Welcome back, Awakening Beauties. My name is Robin, in case this is your first time joining me. And my channel is the intersection of fashion, beauty, health, and spirituality. And lately I've been making a lot of fashion and beauty content, and I'm just going to continue with that thread because I just picked up the new E.L.F foundations, the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this. I'm getting low on one of my other foundations, and probably I need to toss the E.L.F Camo Cream because I've had this for well over a year and it's almost empty. So not that these are the same products, but I'm sort of justifying the fact that I went out and bought this product for $8 at Walmart, and I got it in the color light neutral. So this is kind of the only new product that I'm trying, and I repurchased a couple of old but great products that I love, and we're gonna try some other products that maybe you've never seen me use on this channel before. So either way, we're just gonna have an easygoing get ready with me, and so grab yourself a hot beverage or a cold beverage, and let's get started. So I'm very excited that I can now start wearing eye makeup again. I had my lens replacement surgery a week and a half ago, and it went really well. And I just had my follow-up appointment, and I'm seeing between 2015 and 2020. So I'm gonna wait to do the foundation because I wanna do my eyes first, and I know there's probably gonna be some fallout from this palette, but I haven't gotten a lot of wear time on this palette. This is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette, which I got at Christmas like 2 years ago. It feels like such a fall color story that I'm thinking, originally I thought I might get into these colors over here, but today this side is sort of calling to me. So I think I'm gonna play more with the peach and rust color for this look, because this is a fall look. I'm just gonna start with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I've been liking to use this for an eyeshadow primer. It just really cancels out the redness in my own eyes. So going a week without wearing any eye makeup it wasn't hard. I just, without having especially mascara on, I just felt like I looked washed out and tired, which, by the way, I was. It was such an odd experience that, and probably it was adrenaline after having the surgery, because the weekend that followed that surgery, I was just full of energy and was very productive and filming footage and getting stuff done. And then I sort of crashed by Tuesday. Going back to work was very hard on my eyes, looking at a computer screen all day long. So I'm just gonna start with the color Nurture, because that's really that's kind of the lightest color in this palette. By Wednesday, I just needed to work from home and take a lot of breaks with my eyes, which is totally normal, but so far I'm super happy with the results. I still find myself thinking, oh, I gotta take my contacts out. Not as much though, I will say, because the reason why I would have that feeling is because of the pressure that I was having at the sides of my eyes, which was from the surgery. It's kind of dissipating. It's almost I almost can't even feel it anymore. But it gave me the sensation that there was something in my eye, like a contact lens. And always when I would go to wash my face at night, that's when you go take out your contact lenses. And I found myself, because I like to listen to YouTube videos, but usually when I take my contact lenses out, I want to watch something that I don't actually have to look at the screen. So I don't like to watch beauty content while I don't have my contacts in. And so I was getting ready to wash my face, and I'm like, oh, let me find something on YouTube that I can just listen to, that I don't have to watch, because I have to take my contacts out. And then I remembered, no, I don't. I don't have to take my contacts out. So now I'm going to use the color here, Carpe Diem. And I just started laughing. And I went and told my husband, I said, yeah, I was thinking I needed to take my contacts out. And then I remembered, oh, I don't have contacts anymore. So that was really funny to me. But we're such creatures of habit, you know? So it felt like just my habit and my routine to take my contacts out and put something on that I would only be listening to, like a podcast. Moral of the story is I can watch beauty content anytime I want to because I can see it. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this darker sort of terracotta-like color. It's not quite terracotta. There actually is a color that's more like terracotta in here. Just deepen up. We're building it up in layers. It really does feel life-changing and freeing to not have to wear contacts anymore. And any side effects that I might be having, which are a result of the lens itself, are far outweighed by the freedom that I feel. I did describe in my video about my lens replacement surgery that my color spectrum is more cool toned. And the doctor was very curious in a delighted way, I might add, because this lens in particular is a clear lens versus another brand of lens that has sort of a champagne cast to it. This lens is actually completely clear. And so he was like, yeah, I'm thinking that for artists and graphic designers, and obviously fashion designer, that this is a better lens because it's not going to change the way that you see color, or it shouldn't, theoretically. I'm going to take the color Thrill and put it on my lid. So the explanation that I got was that it might be that I was already developing cataracts, which produces a yellowing of the lens. So maybe I was seeing color a little more warm than it actually was. I'm taking Spontaneous now, which is a pinky champagne color, and I'm just kind of going over that. This is a topper shade because I want to bring some of the yellow of that color that I just put on down. So maybe I was seeing colors more warm toned than they actually were. I'm just taking that color Nurture and going over this because for some reason this is coming out a little bit patchier than I think it should. Get a little bit more of Risk. I'm taking a risk with Risk. Just trying to build up that outer portion of my lid. So it's not that I'm not seeing the cool toned as much, but it's not kind of bothering me the way it was the first few days. I'm adjusting to it, and so yeah, it's entirely possible that I was developing cataracts anyways, and it was already starting to shift the way that I see color. It's a possibility. And then I said to the doctor, well, I've always said that people see color differently. And he said, yes, that's true. And now I understand a little bit more why people see color differently. As your eyes age, you do see colors different, and just, you know, everybody is unique. So that was an interesting conversation with the doctor. Just gonna clean up some of this fallout. It's not too bad. Go ahead and do my eyebrows. I've been loving this Precisely My Brow from Benefit. I really like this brow pencil. I can see what all the fuss is about. I'm excited to try this foundation because I just hear so many great things about it. And again, I got the color 21 Light Neutral. It's got a thick consistency, if you can see on my tray that I did not wipe down very good from the last time I used it. Well, it's just whatever. It's fine. So I'm just pouncing in my 106 brush from BK Beauty. I really like this for applying foundations. It's interesting because this is fuller coverage than the foundations that I've been using over the past few years. So seeing it going on is kind of different for me. I think it's an okay match to my skin. I have one of those interesting skin tones that is neutral, but is also warm leaning. And I don't like to give in to the warm undertone of my skin, because I feel like even though I do have a warm undertone, I tend to look too yellow. So I like to sort of correct, which is why I've been, for the past few years, been getting colors that are neutral, supposed to be neutral undertones. Although this neutral undertone is very peach. So to me, that's a little bit warm. That's actually a good match to my color. I think I have an interesting combination of skin tone that a lot of things tend to work on me. But it definitely does feel more full coverage than what I'm typically used to using. And I did not use a primer like I normally will use, because I just wanted to see how this was going to go down, how it was going to go down. How it was going to lay on, go down. What is this? The dirty talk hour. It is breaking up a bit around my nose, like in these areas. Don't know if you can see that or not, but it is breaking up a little bit. I have been really moisturizing my skin. Still, I'm having a little bit of dry patches. I won't know the full verdict until I've worn it for a day, but my initial feelings on this is that it is more full coverage, like I said, than what I'm used to. It does provide really nice coverage. It doesn't feel, I can feel it on my face, which is not a deal breaker for me. Typically, like, I've been using like the NARS light reflecting foundation for a couple of years, and I like the sheer, sort of the sheerness but buildableness of that one. But this is fine. I'll maybe pen a comment about my thoughts on this after I've worn it for the day. So I have tried this once before on camera, and I think I've tried it once or twice since then. This is the Lancome Tint Idol. It's an all-over concealer. I was having a bad skin day on camera with this, so I want to try it again. I'm actually not sure this is the right color for me either. This might be a little bit more peach, too peach leaning. But it actually is a good match to the foundation, isn't it? But I'm so happy to have gotten that surgery out of the way before we got into the holidays. It was such a relief to get it done and over with. Okay, I am liking that a lot better than the first time I tried it. The first time I tried it, it was sort of a disaster. This time, it's looking really nice. I move my face so much though when I'm talking. I feel like sometimes I muff it up myself just by all of my smile lines and everything as I'm talking. That's beautiful. Very happy with that. I've been raving on and on and on about the E.L.F multi-stick in the color of Fine Romance. I loved it so much that I bought it in the color At Last. And yes, I have already used this, and so let me just show you the difference between these two colors. That's a Fine Romance, but this one is more of a mauve, At Last, and it is such a beautiful color. So I love both of them, and no regrets, no regrets. I'm so glad I found this blush. And that looks really good. I like to take it right to the face. That's what she said. Oh boy, my mind's in the gutter today. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, that is so, so pretty. I just love these. Makes me want to try a lot more of their products. I want to do a little wing with my eyeliner, and really have been loving the Judy Doll eyeliner. I think I'm gonna go with the brown though. I have black and brown. I think I'm gonna do with the brown. But it's just finest little tip for this liquid eyeliner. Here's what I like to do. You know, trying to get them even is always a challenge. You just have to keep practicing. But I like to sort of pick my uppermost outer point where I want it to end, and then kind of flick it down to the lid like that. And then starting from about the center of my iris to line and meet these 2 points. So now getting the other side to match is the trick. I wish I was ambidextrous. I didn't get as thin of a wing, and that's what sometimes happens. Try to take a little tissue and see if I can thin it out. All right, let's try it again. All right, don't judge me. I know they're not completely even. They're not completely even, but you know, I don't got time to worry about that kind of stuff. They're good enough. They're good enough for me right now. I'm not a professional. I just play one on YouTube. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna go in and set my under eye, and what I like to do is just kind of tap out, because you're gonna have creases. Creases are inevitable. As you get older, you will crease, but we just wanna minimize the look of it. So I'm just taking some loose setting powder, getting a generous amount, because once you get it down, if you've kind of patted down the creases, you can put a generous amount, and then any extra will just fall away, I guess, as the day goes. But it really helps to set down that concealer so that it doesn't crease even more. But one way to hide some of those creases, especially the small ones up around your actual lash line, is to take a very small fluffy brush. I'm gonna go back into this Natasha Denona and take that color Nurture that we started with, and just create a little shadow. I'm meeting up with this color out here. And by creating a little shadow under your eye, using eyeshadow, it's way softer than trying to use eyeliner. Eyeliner is, especially as you get older, I feel like it's just too harsh looking. And this is way softer, but creates a little shadow, which creates a little depth, but it also helps to disguise any small creases that you might have around your eye. I'm gonna take this little flat brush that I have. It's a concealer brush from E.L.F, but I'm gonna take that color Thrill, which was that gold color that went on the inner portion of my lid, and I'm just gonna do a little highlighting here and bring it in. Okay, taking that fluffy brush, I'm just gonna sort of blend them together. Very pretty. I don't want to do any bronzing or any contour. I'm going to leave that completely out of it. I am going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. Yeah, no more bronzing, no more contouring. Why are we doing so much bronzing and contouring? I'm starting not to understand. We never used to do that. I don't know. Maybe it looks nice. I don't know. Especially on camera, maybe it adds like depth and dimension. But in real life, I don't know that we need so much bronzing and contouring. Just my humble opinion. So all year, if you've been watching my channel or watching my shorts, I've been trying different mascaras. But today, I'm back to my Thrive Cosmetics, my tried and true love. And I'm so excited to have a new package of this, because it's been well over a year since I bought their mascara. And I was just using up ones that I bought, using up the one that I had that I used for way too long. It was probably very well expired. And now I'm a little bit more cautious because, you know, I just had eye surgery. So I don't want to introduce anything that might have any bacteria or anything having grown in it. I don't want any of that getting close to my eye. So this is the perfect time to open up a brand new tube of mascara. So this has pretty much been my go-to for 7 years or longer. I've been loving the Thrive mascara. It's a tubing formula, so it does wash off in tubes. It just slides right off your eyelashes. I've yet to find another tubing formula that I felt was as good as this. I'm sure there's others that I haven't tried yet, but it's kind of like, I don't know that I want to waste my money on something that isn't as good as this, and why don't I just buy this? Because I already know I love this. So unfortunately, this foundation is baking up even more right around here. So that's something for me to keep an eye on as I continue to use this. And my other love from Thrive Cosmetics is the lip liner in khaki. I ran out of this a long time ago, and this one is so great for fall. It's just the perfect mocha brown. Oh, I've missed you, khaki. They have a really nice formula, and I like that it's retractable, which is good for travel, where you don't want to have to bring sharpeners with you. I do like to kind of fill in my whole lip with my lip liner usually, but this is a really good color if you're trying to just create a shadow effect to make your lips look bigger. This would be a really good color for that. Okay, I'm gonna pair that with my MAC lipstick in the color Cherish, which I feel like I've been using in every video lately. But it's just a great neutral. And then I like to top it with a lip gloss. And this is the MAC lip gloss color in Bow. Very pretty. I'm just gonna set with my setting spray. I forgot to do that before my mascara, so hopefully it doesn't affect the mascara. I was just trying to do what I could to artistically even up those wings that are so different from each other. They're on different planets. It's unfortunate. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I do them and they look perfect, and sometimes they don't. My eyes are definitely different shapes, which makes creating the same look from eye to eye slightly different. This one, I feel like I can always get like a good shape going a little higher up this way, and this eye tends to go out a little more. I don't know. I think it's just my eye shape. I need to practice a little more. Well, anyways, this is the finished look using some new products, some oldies but goodies. Again, for me, the Soft Glam is nice. It's nice coverage. I'm still having patchiness, even though I'm trying my hardest to get this area not to be patchy anymore, but I think it's just me, and I'm not gonna blame the product necessarily because it happens with most of my products. Either way, I think it's very pretty. I think it provides a soft, well, it's called Soft Glam. Yeah, it's a very soft foundation that provides a lot of coverage. I'm really loving the Lancome Tint Idol this time around, not having the same problems I had the last time I tried it. Love these blush sticks from E.L.F. They are so good. Actually, you can use them for lipstick and maybe even for your eyes if you want. They're multi-purpose sticks. This palette's been around for a couple of years, and it's very pretty. I still love it. I think this is a great palette for fall. If you have this palette already, why not drag it back out of the recesses of your cabinet and give it some more love, which is what I'm going to be trying to do. And this mascara called Liquid Lash Extensions from Thrive Cosmetics. You've probably heard about it a million times. I know you've heard about it from me. During my no-buy year, I talked endlessly about it because I already had a couple backups and I couldn't buy anything until I used it up. So anyways, I love it. I think it makes my eyelashes look very thick and long. It's beautiful. Love, of course, this is like the 4th time I bought this color, this khaki lip liner from Thrive Cosmetics. And of course, you've seen these 2 products in my last few videos because I'm just sort of addicted to them right now. They're great colors for fall. Well, that about does it for me. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions about the products that I've used, leave them below. I'm happy to answer whatever I can. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell. That way you know when I upload, generally once or twice a week. And I make all kinds of content. I'm a fashion designer, so there's a lot of fashion and beauty content, but sometimes we get deep and we go into some spirituality, and sometimes we go into health too, things that trying to do to live a healthier lifestyle, and aren't we all? So I'd love to have you back. And until next time, I mean, you're doing great.